Welcome to Power Book Barista. We serve up. Welcome to Power. Question of the day. What is one thing that you could do? Question of the day. Let us know in the comments below. Until. Welcome to. Just roll a bumper. Welcome to Power Book Barista, where we serve up overviews of fun, easy to read power books that are designed to help you hack life's challenges, obstacles, and pitfalls. Today we're bringing you part 2 of the interview with author Eugene Holloman, author of the book series, The Athlete Student. He's going to let you know exactly what he did to help his mental stability, but he's also going to help other athlete students get through that tough time when playing their chosen sport is no longer a valuable option. Let's get to the interview. So you've been an author for some time now. What kind of got you started with being an author?
It's something that I never imagined. Like I never had a dream to say, oh, I want to be an author, I want to write. But it just sort of happened. And to be honest, me and my wife were first-time foster parents, right? And to make a long story short, the kids ended up leaving our home after a year, and we were devastated. So imagine having all this time, this free time back. And so I had to fill it with something. And so a good friend of mine suggested that, maybe you should go back to school. Is a way to get your student loans deferred. I was like, I go back and I at least need to do that. And I only did it, to be honest, so I can get my student loans deferred, right? So it's a part of a way that I can get my student loans deferred. I'll have my company pay for my doctoral degree while I'll work to pay my student loans back without the interest. And so that was my strategic plan. And I remember taking my first class, and I wasn't really serious about it, but my first leadership paper, I ended up getting like a 95 on it. And I emailed my professor. I said, did you really read my paper, or you just threw out a grade? And she was like, no, Eugene. She wrote this really encouraging note. And at the bottom of it is like, I really think you are a phenomenal writer. And so this light bulb went off in my head. I was like, man, I really do like writing now, because it was a form of therapy for me. And I was like, since I'm gonna write these long leadership papers, let me write about something I wanna write about. And then that's when the whole title and the storyline all came together. And I just started writing, didn't finish it until I had a novel ready to distribute.
Wow. Okay. All right. So how you find it? You enjoy writing?
Man, it's fulfilling. Man, I like to say like I'm an artist, right? I'm not even a writer. I started off with this blank canvas, and I fill it with words that not only are compelling for me, but compelling to someone else, that they can take something away from it. And so the whole process is something that I just greatly enjoy. It's like setting a goal, right? You throw that goal all the way out there, whatever it is that you want to finish the novel by. For me, it's like a year or a year and a half. And it's just grinding every single day. And then every single day you look back at what you wrote the day before, and you're like, man, I'm building on something. And then when you finally get there, it's not achieving the goal that I'm releasing this book. It's the things that no one saw, the frustrations, the times where I just wanted to delete everything. But it teaches me so much about myself that it just makes me greatly enjoy just the whole process of being an author.
Okay.
Yeah.
Question of the day. What is one thing you enjoy doing that you could do if your plan A doesn't work out? Let us know in the comments below. For now, let's get back to the interview. Now, you mentioned wanting to delete everything sometimes, so I'm led to believe that sometimes it gets a little discouraging. So tell me a little bit about that and how you get through it.
Right. So you read it as an author, and it's because you wrote it. It's your thoughts. Is what you think, right? And then you take a step outside of yourself, and you're like, how would someone else, take this in? How would they read it? What would they take away from it? And so when you do that, that's when you start to get frustrated. Like, I can read my own writing. Of course, I like my writing, right? I'm supposed to like my writing, but you got to think of it from the consumer perspective, and that's when it starts to get frustrated. It's that kid who's at home, and they actually took the time to pick up your book, right? That's humbling just to say, like, somebody's picking up something that I wrote, and so you want to keep that in mind, that you want them to understand and take away from something that you put on paper. And so when you start to do that, there's so many thoughts and so many negative thoughts that can enter your mind if you're not careful. And so yeah, sometimes I get frustrated. I'm like, man, ain't nobody gonna read this. And then it's like, all right, let me just step away for a second and come back. And then, you know, it's a lot of times where I sat down and wrote for 2 hours and I had to come back and start all over again, because you get a different eye, you know, just like a painter. You're like, oh, it looked okay yesterday, but I can find a way to make it better. And so that's the creative aspect that I like about being an author. And I enjoy the frustration because it makes me better. It makes my writing better, I think. You know what I mean? And so when people do support and read the novel, they know that they're getting the best version of Eugene Holloman, the author.
That's exciting. These books are available on Amazon at the links below. Be sure to get both. If you're getting value from this video, go ahead and click the thumbs up below. And if you like book overviews, interviews, reading tips and tricks, and a good coffee every now and again, consider subscribing. Join us next time when we wrap up this interview with Eugene Holloman. In part 3, he'll give 3 tips that every athlete student can use before, during, and after a life of sports. Until then, remember, formal education will make you a life, but self-education will make you a fortune. See you next time.